things shift. It's not the same. Oh well. I'm tired. I could lay down and relax.
Yeah.
We just watched an episode of High Potential, and I just saw that it's based on a French television series, HPI, Haunt, H-A-U-T, Potential Intellectuel, created by Nicholas Jean and Stephanie Carey and Alice. I can't see the last name because it's covered up by a QRT and other little thumbnail. I'll look it up later. Anyway, it had 2 synchronicities in it. 2 episodes that are relevant to things that are happening currently in my life. I'm resolving my shit too, just like a lot of other people are.
Yeah.
And I got unfriended by my aunt the other day.
Your aunt?
The Andrea McGarvey.
Oh, is that?
Tia Gia.
Oh, dear.
Gia. Her name. You know why they call her Gia?
Why?
Cause my father Greg,
Yeah.
the machismo, the macho man, had a speech impediment,
Oh.
and he couldn't pronounce his Andrea.
Oh.
So he'd say Gia, Gia, because he couldn't say Andrea. And they just thought it was the cutest little thing in the world, so that became her name.
Oh.
I didn't know her name was Andrea until I think after I graduated high school, I think.
Oh.
Anyway, she was never very nice to us. She kidnapped me and Jerry.
Yeah.
I never liked her. She was always so bubbly and fake and phony and had the big hair and, and her husband, what was his name? Robert McGarvey, had the gym. And they had his 2 strapping young lad sons, my cousins, Mark and Mike McGarvey, stars of the football team. People that are just allowed to be born and raised. Never done me no favor. And it's because of their privilege and being born and raised. Like my grandparents lived in that town. They had the phone number 466-1519. They had that number so long. It was back when the operators were doing were plugging in cables and cords to connect people and to have conversations. Switchboards. That's how long they had that number. So you were at a doctor's office. You had just had a hysterectomy. And they cut what they did when I was born without your permission, without your consent. They took me out. I was a little baby, 6 pounds 4 ounces. I was stressed out because you were stressed out your whole entire pregnancy. It's all right, Mom. I've been here supporting you as long as I was in an embryo. I'm here I got your 6, Mom. So they took me out and then they cut your uterus in half to perpetuate the storyline and for a-holes to get rich. That's when they started the the fake big pharma fake hormones. See, they created an imbalance in women, and then they tried to remedy that with a pill. And it caused a lot of problems for a lot of people, me included. And so this is what this country is built on. And so there's all these assholes have been running the place, and they got so carried away that it's so gross that like so many sensitive people like me we got to fight every day to want to be on this planet, because every day you just see more reasons why it's not a good place. I do, but I'm an energetic sense. I'm a broad spectrum. I got a much broader spectrum than most people. Go sit by her. She's right there. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a Hayoke empath. I just like have these little talks on the way I feel about things. And then so they only took when I was born, and then a couple years later it was causing problems. So So they took the other half of her ovary, and she was at the doctor getting like checked. Good boy, you want to go over there, bud? Want to go over there? Go get her. Go get a kissy girl. Good man. So mom, I am the oldest now, mom. I'm the oldest now. I'm the oldest. I know. Today it's been a week since Artie went to the Rainbow Bridge. He showed up the other day though. He gave me a rainbow for freaking 30 solid minutes. I got pictures of it from different points of town. This rainbow would not go away. I'm like, thank you, Artie Pants. So, what else? Let me stretch that out a little bit. So mom was at the doctor, and then my aunt showed up and said, "We're gonna go get ice cream. Let's go get ice cream." I was, yeah. We'll go get ice cream. Hi, Stanley. Stanley's getting up. Because I knew her. I said I said no, I want to go with, because I thought it was weird. I was like 2 years old, 3 years old, and they told me that I couldn't go with you into the doctor's office. That like behind the curtain, that they made us, me and my brother, wait out purposefully into the lobby. And I had separation anxiety because I've been separated from my mom before because of family court judge bullshit and politics and stuff. And so, don't rub your eye, Mom. You need a Kleenex or something? And so, we when Andrea McGarvey showed up and said we're gonna go get ice cream, I didn't want to, and she said that when Mom was done, she assured me that we would meet up in a little while. And then, so we went with her, because I wasn't around my aunt a whole lot because I didn't like her. I was uncomfortable around her. And so there wasn't very many instances when I was younger that my aunt would bother to do anything with just me and my brother. And so, well, we went with her, and then we didn't see my mom for 6 months. And she saw us stand. I always stood up in the back of the car and looked out the window to where we came from. And she, and so this episode of High Potential, that was the first part of the episode, was these 2 young girls got kidnapped. And so a few days ago, I'm looking up my family lineage and stuff, and my dad's side, they're all Freemasons, and they're all connected, and we got sacrificed, they thought they'd do a freaking, like, a humility, like, ritual, and just, like, ignore us and throw us away. And then without any support, I wasn't supposed to make it as far as I did. Good boy, Tuck. You wanna go there? Because they didn't recognize my God and how big my God is, and how that I learned to live from my heart and to not lean into it and just do what I want to do all the time whenever I feel like it, because that ain't good for nobody. That just makes me a glutton. And so because I stayed true to me and stayed sober and stuff like that from alcohol and doing those things that make me live just for myself, just chase those sensations, just live that best life and F everybody else, right? And they never planned that mom's my desire to find where Mom came from was so strong, and because it came from my heart and it was so pure, that we were led back to her homeland. People can't guess this stuff because it's all God. People can't. I mean, it's a miracle. So that was the first part of the synchronicity in the show, and then the second part was a storyline that came up because that's what it was. Is I looked up. I went down an ant hole of my father's side because my grandfather Butch Clarence Hessick, C.W. Hessick, he grew up. See, he even got to be born and raised, but when he was 17, tragedy struck. He and his father worked at, the story goes that he and his father worked in oil fields, and there was some sort of an accident. And my grandfather watched his father die when he was 17 years old, which planted the seeds of trauma where he learned to self-soothe through alcohol. So he went, he did all, that's why my dad's a dick, because, the coping skills, this is how shit fucking rolls downhill. And that's why my dad was a dick to me, and he had his problems with alcohol. I have my problems with alcohol. I abstain. I don't know if my dad does. I know my aunt doesn't. How disappointed would her mom be? Because the only time I saw disgust in my grandmother's face was when it was my grandpa died, and we were playing cards and I was drinking beer, and she realized I was drinking beer, and she because my grandpa was a drunk, and it brought back all, how could you, but I never knew all the things he did because I come from such a secretive family. But I learned how to numb the pain with alcohol too. I just resist myself when I just have different coping skills now. I desire not to toxify and poison myself. And so I understand. I said, I know people that are alive today because they drink alcohol. They're literally pickled. Like how people, they preserve body parts and animals and weird shit in jars of alcohol and things stay the same. They don't age. It's preservative. I mean, people drink alcohol, they can maintain, they can go, but ultimately the same outcome happens to everybody that poisons themselves continuously, and they end up dissolving from the inside out. And it's a gross ending. It's a sad ending. It's a slow ending. My dear sweet friend is reminded of her husband just right around this time now. He fell and hit his head, and there was so much blood that they had to have biohazard come clean it up. That's a lot. That's and he couldn't stop drinking. The man was putting alcohol into his feeding tubes. And I say this to remind myself, whenever I feel like I'm thirsty and want to tie one on, that it's just a slippery slope. It's just, I take one drink and then fast forward 2 years, I'm dead. So I just don't take that one drink. And then so I saw this post where my aunt Andrea McGarvey had said that she was jealous of her brother, baby brother, that's my dad, Greg Hessick. She was jealous of him and his son, my brother, Jerome Allen Hessick, because they were taking a cross-country trip. This is 2001. I had already lived here and I needed to move to the second place. I already know I needed to find some place this is after I appealed to him. Please help me find a place to live in California so Mom can be closer to her granddaughter. She would thrive if she was around Angelica. But see, my brother is such a monster. I listened to an interview that Kevin Spacey's brother did, and it's the same circumstance. People are monsters. There are some people, they're so void of spirit, they're complete monsters. And my brother is one of those monsters. My dad was one of those monsters to me. I'm just talking about experience that I've had for myself. Anyway. I'm sure they're great guys to other people. The fraternity, So, she was jealous of them because they were taking. I said, and so I wrote in a comment, and I don't. I'm not. All I said was, I said, oh, how nice for them. I said, meanwhile, I'm just about killing myself trying to take care of my mother, our mother. My brother and I, we have the same mom and dad. We're full brother, not halvesies, nothing. And I asked, and what did he say? I said, and when I said, Jerry, please help me find a place. He said, Mom's your problem. That's what he said. She's your problem. Our mother is, because he hit her. And he was over 18 and he knew better, but he lost his shit because that's how these little egomaniacals, men, these little bottom boys. That's how they act. And because if they don't get their way, they fucking lose their shit. They don't got emotional control. And then they create lives where they don't have to lose their shit, where they just get their way all the time. But the thing of it is that he has a daughter, and his daughter is a Sagittarius. His daughter is his mom. Mom's Sagittarius. They're born like their birthdays. Their energetic stamp is 3 days apart. My brother was like an Edith W. Hessick fan. My grandma, she was really mean to me. My aunt's mother, my father's mother, they were fucking shit to me. And now I just say, why is it, that's so nice that they had this time when I need help, what, that don't be, I said, being a Freemason never done, I said, it's funny how being related to somebody ain't never done me no favor, and she blocked me. Because she doesn't want people to see. And I look around America and I see everywhere where people like, oh my God, they're going to find out. Yeah, they're going to find out because the truth is a vibrational frequency. And that our whole planet is coming into that frequency. So lies are coming from the shadow. And there's a lot of people that are putting people on blast, and I'm okay with it. I'm totally comfortable with a lot of people being terribly, terribly embarrassed. I'm over here trying to make community, I'm not really too much worried about what's going on, outside of fucking, I know what's going on because it's all data imprints, but, I'm trying to build community in which I live, and I think I'm confident I'm doing a pretty good job in that. I'm confident. I'm for sure. I'll tell you what I did today. Just today. I've been doing real therapy because my dog died and I'm sad. So I ordered some shit on Amazon. And it's a 50-50 chance if I get any of this shit. I learned to circumvent though. Because as time goes on, people don't want to do stuff. They make their money. They don't care about anything else. They got their clientele. So I live in a place that's hard to, people don't like to work. And so delivery, it's things are sparse and stuff. And so more and more I'll see things on my feed and I'll be like, hey, I want that. And they're like, oh, we don't ship to your place. We don't ship to a PO. There's just if people want to make stuff happen, they'll make it happen. But if they don't, they ain't gonna lift a finger for you. So what did I do? So what I ordered the other day is this by per recommendation of this dude that I watch. He calls him the Tattooed Monkey, or I don't know what's his channel called. He's you know what? His birthday is on. I was like, why do I watch this guy? I don't understand. Why I'm like, what is it about? And then it's his birthday is September 5th, and that was my sister's birthday, and she died 2 years ago, right before at forever 39. Sid. Anyway, so Theoria Apophasis. That guy, his birthday, they look nothing alike, but it's an energy thing. I do things and I feel like things, and then I get the verification because I'm a truthful person, and then if I want answers, they come to me. If I don't want answers, they come to me. So, went to, I can't remember the second part of the storyline that made me Maybe. Oh, and there's another time that my brother lied to the teacher. He just didn't want. He was fucking kindergarten, dude. Understand what pathological minds? It starts early. I see these people like these kids. I'm like, dude, if they don't fucking nip that behavior, we're gonna have And then people did. When toddlers have Jordans is what I say. When little babies that don't give a shit get like 200, like society is like, what America's making Jackass 2 the #1 movie for 2 weeks in a row. I knew that back in 2007, 2008 that this late nation is headed no place good. And anyway, so this guy recommended. I'm gonna make a TikTok about it. One of these camping stoves. It was windy, so I put up the guards. And then I went over to see the water. After I got it in the mail, and I was so excited that I got it that I went to Dollar General and I got to talk to 2 Gemini. That was kind of interesting. Gave some cookies away. And then I got to preach a little bit. I always feel better about sharing my experience about stuff. Experience, strength, and hope. And so I got some Folgers instant coffee. I bought some of these, I really try not to support anything Nestea, although it's not always about me, so this is about other people. So I got some of those, some coffee styrofoam cups with lids, that big old jug of water, and then but they didn't have no sugar, so I had to go next door to Albertsons, and I had a pocket full of stickers. So I'm waiting in line, and I see this young woman, and she's putting stuff away in the cooler, and I don't know if there's somebody on the cooler on the inside. I like they have for alcohol and stuff, but she was and she could have had an earpiece, but she was talking to something. So, but she was doing her work, and she just had such a pleasant smile and disposition on her face, and such a pleasant smile on her face. So I took out, I had 4 stickers in my pockets, 3-inch, treat people like rainbows too. And I walked up to her, I said, "You like stickers?" And I like to explain a little bit about myself, just how I am. So I explained, I said, and I gave her 2. She said, "If you give me 1 more, I know 3 people that would really like, or I know." And I said, I said, "Well then by all means." So I gave her all 4. So I got my sugar, literally, proverbially, spiritually, the sweet stuff. And then I got my, what is it? It's a, oh, what is it? What's it? I can't remember. I don't have the instruction. I have it. I brought the instruction book. I said, "Do you have these canisters?" Because it didn't come with the fuel canister. So I went to Big 5 and got the fuel, and then they didn't have the canister, and the guy reminded me about Alpine. What's that place called? So I'll get it. They gave me it, so I went there next on my walk around. And then got the canister, and then went to the park, and there's a round sat down and showed who was there. Turtle was there. I invited what's that guy? Carl was there, and then Sparky was there with his dog. Lexi, which is funny because That's my niece's name, but the step one, the not blood related one. Anyway, she got initiated. She got to go. You know, well, how else are you gonna impress a woman than take her 3-year-old to freaking Disney World? they didn't come to see me, but I just so like, Mom, we've been thrown like I always stuck up and was so proud, you know, and now I know pride's a sin, but it's so funny the fucking shit that I put up with, like the intolerable behavior, because they're like, well, if you were loyal, they're scumbags, dude. I ain't loyal to fucking scumbags. I ain't fucking doing it, you know? Just total trash bags. And then I look at all the people that are a part of all these systems, and I'm like, dude, I bet they fucking throw away their family too. So anyway, instead of getting mad about this stuff, I get camping stoves and all this fancy shit, and then I go to the park and make it to I make fucking good fucking coffee for some people that don't have like extra cash to spend on a good fucking cup of coffee, because in Taos, $8, because we gotta pay prices. Locals are, because gentrifications and stuff, locals are priced out. I can't afford fucking prices that dudes with fucking their fifth wheel fucking, their trailers with fucking 8 pullouts, but they you know, their big stupid trucks. I mean, but they could afford all this shit, you know, because they got nothing but nothing. Like, don't go to a fucking community unless you're gonna do something to add to the community. So I'm gonna give these guys plenty of opportunity to come out, because they're all I mean, a lot of these guys, I did, you know, I was a tradesman, you know, I did barely next to nothing for 20 years and have a good life of it now, and they didn't really give nothing back. So these guys that are traveling around, you know, I'm gonna give them an opportunity to help out in all these communities, instead of just fucking going to the restaurants and eating red and green chilies and shit. I'll put these fuckers to work, you know. So, you know. And then I'll have these little travel centers everywhere. I'll have them all over the United States, you know, just for people that want to add to the community, that don't want to necessarily take. Because I know that there's a lot of us out there that really want to contribute to our communities. We just don't want to fucking deal with the fucking bullshit idiots that are standing in the way of doing the stuff that we want to do. And if you look at the video I even have my fire extinguisher out, because I'm all about safety, because I want to do whatever I can to keep the fucktards away from me, the ones that are saying, you can't do that. Oh yeah, I can. I'm just having coffee with some friends. I'm not even charging or anything. Just trying to build community. I give stickers to people. I mean, it's like they can't even fucking paint an ugly picture of me. You know? They can try, but my rap sheet, it's clean. It is. And I try real hard to stay disciplined and do things to maintain my mind, body, and spirit in a congruent fashion. That's why I go walk around downtown. That's why that's why, you know, got to give away some of my thermal tights today. I saw the dream tree. You know, these false for profits. I can't stand those fucking people. I can't stand people that get fucking federal funding for just knowing how to write out a grant. No, I'm more organic than that. See, I'm more organic than that. Because there's enough for everybody. And I live in New Mexico, and marijuana is $1 billion industry of and by itself. And when I got this CBD stuff to try. And it's expensive. It's just straight CBD, but I this one jar $80. I want to make cookies with it for people that don't want to get all whoa. I know plenty of people like it, you know, but it's not for everybody. So I just want to try it. So, and then I got these CBD pills. I tried a couple of those today, and then I'm excited to try for the first time some cortisol balancers. Stanley, about it, Stanley. Stanley's in a mood. Kitty matches. So I got these CBDs. Do you have any aches or pains, Mom?
No.
You want a CBD? Mom got detox. Mom got detox tea today, and Mom got. I put cloves in the detox too because that's an anesthetic. So I got these to try. Cortisol relief. See, because I have a choice. How my placements are, I can keep doing the same thing, or I can do things and modify. Because I'm getting older. God, I see my face. Dude, I'm starting to look like an old lady. I'm 50, Ma.
Whoa.
I'm the age that you were when I went into the Air Force. And I think that you were in better shape when you were 50 than I am now.
You're still in good shape.
I still am in good shape, though. So, I got my two 20-pound dumbbells. And that's what I was sharing with the people today. I said, I got my dumbbells, and whenever I feel powerless, I do a set of 100.
Wow.
I just knock them out, and I can see that my body is changing. Because it's a shift. I'm coming into the next chapter in my life, just like Mom. Mom's gonna, God willing, and the creek don't rise the 28th, which, Ma, this year, your birthday's on Thanksgiving again. We don't do Thanksgiving. We don't participate in those reindeer games. But it just is like a reference point. Which, incidentally, I'm 50 years old, and as long as this is a Mandela effect. This is like a new Mandela effect thing, I think. Is that, Ma? How come they say that it's like Thanksgiving is like the first or the third Thursday of the oh, the moon is involved.
The moon is.
They involve the moon. That's what it is.
Yes.
Because I know in my lifetime, your birthday, it's not uncommon for your birthday to fall on Thanksgiving. Or Thanksgiving to fall, whatever. But we don't give a shit about those stupid fucking makeup reindeer bullshit games. Because I thought it was weird. I made an appointment to go talk to a woman about a tattoo.
A tattoo.
Couple tattoos. So I got to keep these red dots on my hand. These red dots on my hand. I wrote them on with a Sharpie. I got to keep those on my hand for another month. Because I don't want it to lose the place of it. Because the day before Artie went to heaven. That was like a week before. That was the 29th. He left on the 8th. He didn't want to go on my half birthday. I took a lot of pictures. Anyway, he's with my sister and all the other critters I ever loved. The day before, actually, October 8th, this was the day he died, about a half an hour before he died. No, that's not true. This is a screenshot. No, that's it. So this was right before he died. I thought it was the day before. But he nipped me. He did it twice. He got me there and then he got me there. So I'm going to have the lady hit me with red tattooing. So I will always have Artie marks. See, I had a cat before Stan Lee. I had Sid Ray, and Sid Ray, I listened to, not my heart, I listened to other people over my own knowing. And he ultimately got poisoned by the Orkin man, which later, a couple years later, resolved after a week's stay And the vet at that time toxified it, but ultimately he succumbed to respiratory issues because of aerosols that the organ man when he was supposed to use the pump. But I listened to my AA sponsor because people in sobriety don't have bugs in their house. So I called the working man. I don't fucking care about bugs as long as they don't bite nobody, you know? But I listened to other people, and then so Sid Ray died. And so he got me on the nose. You know, Luna, I got scars all over my arms from figuring out how, because Luna and Tucker, when Luna first came to be with us, Tucker, they would wake up in the middle of the night because Tucker, they both had their traumas, and they'd wake up and they'd direct at each other, and I'd wake up to two dogs attacking each other, and I always go, I'm one of the, I break up fights. I don't care if I get, like, I can't handle it. They say, you know, don't get involved or pull behind there. I try, no. I always end up with my fucking, I've been bit by so many dogs and cats and shit like that it don't even, like, I got mauled by a dog in Flagstaff. By a German Shepherd. Grabbed my leg and fucking, like, shook me around. Like, I can only imagine what it would be like to go by a bear, because it just fucking sucks, dude. Because it takes so little effort on the animal's part to just tear flesh, and then the fucking healing process, especially when you hit tendons and shit like that. Like, I have endured so much pain, and the funny thing is people are so uncomfortable with my pain that they just, no, I don't want to hear about it. That's why my brother wants me, like Kevin Spacey's brother wants me far, far away out of his life, because I remind him of his childhood, because he is stuck in the past. I have moved on. I use that as reference points. He still drinks. He's seen all the hell that I put through from alcohol. But everybody that drinks thinks, oh, it's everybody else, man. That ain't me. Yet. Everybody's yet. Everybody has a yet. I see. You know what's weird is that it's just like people I used to, like, my brother's fraternity brother. They're all in the same fraternity. She and two. Oh, that's my niece, and she's like, oh, was just in Cancun, and so I don't know. See, because I'm like no contact here. He doesn't, like, I'm not allowed to talk to his wife. And so I just keep it, I just asked today on her social media, just keep it all out in public, all out in the open, so everybody, if I get an answer, I hope I get an answer. I don't know. But I did ask, I said, ask your dad if he wants to know when his mother passes away or not. And it makes me sad. It hurts. Because he has a life that people dream about. Like, he has that life. Like, people believe in the bullshit American dream because of the life that he has. He's a Virgo, August 24th. My dog that died, they had the same birthday. Their temperament was very similar. They both had knee surgeries. It's really kind of synchronistic. I told him, do you love your life? You have such a good life. You got that velvet, what's that? Burgundy with the, you know, the whole secret life. You got all the lives that you want, you know, all the secrecy. You know, he makes $250,000, 65, like a lot of money to be the assistant chief counsel for the Office of Parole for the state of California. After working for this, like 25 years he's worked for the state. Like, because he works for the state because his last name is Hessick. My dad worked for the state. His last name is Hessick. My grandmother was highly connected. My grandfather, He was in the club, you know. It's all, you know, I was just the anomaly. I'm the black sheep. I'm the one that's trying to die sober because they're all a bunch of drunks. I'm trying to break the fucking family curse. My sister died forever 39, living that lifestyle. I don't want to be like that. All the people I went to fucking AA meetings for 14 years, and then I was like, dude, these people are a bunch of fucking hypocrites. I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to hang out with these fucking dumbasses no more. And then I moved to Oregon, and life shifted. And I just for years I heard that out of you look around and the Tuesday night, the meeting I went to, there's like 350 to 400. It depends on who's speaking, you know, the time of the year when people are desperate, more people show up, you know, get out of themselves, whatever. It ebbs and flows, but the numbers fluctuate. But they always said, look around you. For every 10 people that are in this room, 9 people are going to go back out. Only one person's going to die sober. So I just think that if I can die sober, that I can show, because the bloodline stops with me. It's done unless like all those times I got swabbed, you know, unless I got hybrid children in caves someplace, it stops with me. It continues on. My niece on my brother's side. Unless California gets taken out. He has important friends. I'm sure a helicopter would come in and just swoop him right up. Because he's such an important guy. So, he got that good blood. We got that good blood. I just didn't sell my soul. That's the thing, is I didn't go the way of the fucking LD way. I didn't do the fucking the you know, I as much as I like engagements and having fun and partying and stuff, is like ain't nobody ever gonna catch me at a white party, anything like that at all, because it's all stupid, and I know what people do at those places. So a dude we went to high school with, let's see here. I thought it was such a trip because I'm just like scrolling through. We shared a dance one time. This stuff is everywhere. That's the thing. A day of fun with my besties and our husbands. White party at the vineyards. Like, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's all over the place. People accept it. It's mainstream. Then you have the after hours. Yeah. So I don't even like going. Luna, did you need to go walk around? Is in a mood, but I told my homie I went to high school with this guy. I told him the other day, he was, because everybody's fucking stressed out. Everybody's free, because the energy, it's hard to cope with. And he was just like, he was at it, he's struggling too, like so many people are. Why is this not even cooperating at all? So he wrote the other day, oh, okay, so this is the shit that they're pulling in California. Just got an email telling me that our lovely power provider, PG&E, is going purposefully shut us down once again for a possible 2 days. This is such horse shit. Never did this power get shut off over the slightest breeze. As far as BKs I can remember until they were made actually answering. Okay, which... It's just people are getting greedy.
Oh my God, I never despised a company so much. People they're just had it. The last month or two has been nothing but stress, car issues, goddamn medications that are nothing but a bunch of toxic brain drugs with side effects. Worse than issue they're supposed to the freaking treat. Bills out of the ass, which these days is an absolute norm if you're unlucky enough to live in California. Mind you, Ma, this is where I wanted to move back to, someplace like this, right? God graced us. See, that's why I said, okay, God, I don't care where we go, put us where you want us, because when I pick, it fucking sucks. Yeah. And then, yeah. So which day, okay. If you don't get 24 hours without, okay, screaming, okay, tearing through the house, I'm gonna bang my head against the wall and run away to the nearest international airport to fly to parts unknown. Unknown and stay there. He's an Aries too, so I can totally because I've been feeling like this. Like, I haven't had a day off. I have not had a day off to myself in 8 years. That's a long fucking time. Like, let's see. So we go 365 times 8. 2,920 days straight. Anyway, I sound like a dad that says he babysits his own kids, huh, Mom? Yeah. Jerk. Anyway, so I tell my homie today, I said, everyone is stressed now. If they aren't stressed, they are likely the cause of stress to others. It's in the astrology. Keep your wits about you. I bought a second 20-pound dumbbell. When I feel powerless, I do sets of 300. I'm solid as a rock. You know how I know I'm solid as a rock? Because every time I grab Mom, or I'll help her, I'll grab her to help her up, or when we're walking to the bathroom, I put my arm out and so whenever she touches me, she says, "You were solid as a rock." So that's how I know I am, because my mom told me so. And then he says, sets of 300, I bet you're stacked. I say, yeah, I feel powerless a lot. And then he said, don't we all, thinking I need to try that out. I said, do. He said, I mean, hell, I'm on an antibiotic steroid for a medical condition. Might as well use them. I'll message him later and then tell him. I went to the vitamin store and there's this little old crotchety lady behind the door. She told me, because I was like, I said I make cookies for people and I give them to people in the community. And she's like, well, that takes care of that hurts local business. And I'm like, no, they are fine. Nothing I do takes away from their billion-dollar industry. They're gonna be all right. As a matter of fact, I'm here to teach people how easy a I didn't say fucking to this woman, and I tried to not get too riled, but that's what I've been doing. I am here to show people how easy it is to be generous to other people. People just don't feel like it, because they're so selfish and gluttonous. They just going around their existence going, the world owes me something. They don't got the right attitude. They got the wrong attitude. You got attitude like that, you end up driving a Bronco, a Jeep, and parked at some Diddy party, some white party someplace. And so I do so much shit for free. Got to give away some of my thermal tights that I keep in my car. You see, there's a false for profit in town, and they drive around. They were at the park when I was there making coffee for free. They're there handing out their goods. But you know what? The difference between them and me? all my shit is out of profit. I'm not gonna be a false for profit because I'm not gonna get in bed with the government to do what I want to do, unless they want to do what I want to do and take my lead. I ain't fucking taking no fucking little shit saying Pasquale. I'm not taking your fucking. There ain't nobody in this town whose lead I'm gonna take. I don't think. Not that I wouldn't be open to it, but I just look at... First thing I do to see if people are qualified to take the lead in front of me. Are you physically fit? No, they care more about their fucking green or red chilies here, yeah. So no, I'm not taking their lead. You know, it takes a lot to out-qualify me. And see, I ain't never lived in my power, but now I know what and who I am. And mostly I'm invisible. People like to ignore me. I stood there for a second with my 20 to give the lady for my or my $10 bill to give to her. I was just standing there holding it. And then, oh! Here I am with my... I said, that's okay. I'm invisible to most. Because not a lot of people are my frequency. They're not very broad in spectrum. They're very narrowly scoped. Like it is crazy to me how many of the same version, the same frequency are in Taos, and it's not a comfortable frequency. When I'm walking, when I'm bebopping in town and I'm doing my little cardio, you know, up the hills, you know, and stuff like that, I'm trying to, yeah. And it's just me, and I'm not taking up that much space, but when I get freaking 5 heifer pumperdinks, and they're all, it's like they do the same thing in the grocery store. It's like, why do so many people have to take up so much space? I don't make myself small, I just say, out of the way. It's a sidewalk, not a side stand. That's what I say. It's a sidewalk, not a side... Like, you don't see me? Yeah, I guess not, because I'm invisible. Because you're that low vibrational frequency of... You don't fucking care about anybody but yourself. And you'd rather stand in the side... In the 5 people stand... Blocked... And it's a wide sidewalk. It's brand new, but they're all... So what, you want me... Oh, excuse... Let me just jump off this... Should I jump out off of the curb so that to accommodate you travelers? You people that have nothing better to do but fucking load up, drive to Taos, New Mexico, and stand in the middle of a fucking sidewalk. And I know that these freaking people are everywhere. Like that's why America is shit. Because you have all these people that just going around living that best life. They don't add nothing. Because the world owes them. So they don't contribute and add nothing. They just take and take and take. And go here and take and go there and take. And we'll go over there and take and take and take and take and take. And we'll take up space here. And we'll take up parking here. And we'll sit in these restaurants and we'll take. And then they get tired of taking here. So let's go over there and take there. And then different seasons, you have different takers. See, because you got the summer takers, you got the fall takers, and then now we're transitioning into the winter taker Taurons. The wee people, the people that get on their little sticks and go wee down a hill on snow, and then they fucking blast the sky with aluminum and fucking toxins and shit to insulate, make it snow so the Taurons can come here and go wee! Take up space. The only thing is people are trying to perpetuate these cycles, but the astrology, they're gonna try and do these things because it's always been fun. But the astrology doesn't support it because people were supposed to go within. Everybody got grounded on planet Earth 4 years ago. You're grounded. Stay home. Think about how you've been acting. And what did people do? A lot of people went farther in a bottle. They didn't become more physically fit. They became more chemically dependent. They didn't put in the fucking work. So now, fast forward 4 years, you got people dropping like flies. Like, people are really having to, like, work for their life. And I'm happy to see more people are. I see people on my FYP that are dieting themselves, you know, trying to eat themselves into better living to get off of diabetes 2, the one you can fix with diet. And I know the one that is insulin dependent. You can't, and everybody's got their path and stuff. But my buddy and I went to high school. If I could get him to get dumbbells, and whenever he feels anxious, to just pick up and do 20. Just start with that, because that's how I started. I'm just trying to tell people what I did, because I'm 50. I ain't never punched nobody in the face. I never did all the shitty things that people did to me. I managed to stay on the right side of decent. And it hasn't been easy. I told the girl today, the lady at the Gemini at this, I said, you know why I lift my dumbbell? I said, I lift my dumbbells when I said, you know why? I said, I hate exercise. I hate I don't like it. I said, the alternative of what happens to me in my thought process, and it's stuff like all of that. If I don't like the alternative. So that's a discipline I make myself do, that whenever I feel powerless, I do a set of 300, and then whatever, by the time I'm done with my set of 300, whatever I was worried about, I don't care no more. And so, you know, maybe I can help my homie get off those steroids that he's on. And just because I got to tell him about compression, like these things. I told the old lady at the vitamin store today, I said, these are a game changer. I said, they're $12.99. And then I got compression pants, you know, and I don't hurt as much. I still hurt. I don't hurt. Like, it was so funny. The last song on because some days I'm in tears, like, because it just, everything hurts so bad because of the inflammation and the poisons and toxins, because I'm a military experiment that they gave me. It hurts to live. And the last song in the closing scene on High Potential, it was like the chorus was, it shouldn't hurt to live. It shouldn't. And I was like, all right, I'm picking this shit up loud and clear, huh, Ma?
Yes.
Like, God speaks, I listen, even if it's through TV shows, huh?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think I've been running my mouth long enough. I'm curious to try one of those. Are you rubbing your eye? You need a Kleenex? Are you getting tired? I know. I just am putting you to sleep, huh? Huh? Here, rub your eye with that, okay? Not with your nail. Trying to keep little. So yeah, Mom's shifting too. But I noticed. I looked at her the last couple of days because. Did you want something to eat? You don't want nothing to eat? You had apple wasn't much of a dinner, but what you had a grilled cheese. You want some applesauce with cinnamon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Combination of them. And you have it.
I don't want you to go to bed hungry. It's important that Mom gets variety, a diet, but there's some applesauce. So when I get off here, well, you eat this, and then I got zucchini bread, 2, so we'll have a couple slices with that. You did pretty good, huh? There you go. How's that?
That's
Very soft? You like that? I drank it. Is that good? Want to try it again? Oh, you got it? It's easier that way, huh? I don't know where the spoon is and the fork isn't working. Slurpy slurps. We get creative around here. I told the lady at the vitamin store that I needed cloves, and because it's an antiseptic, and that whatever's going on with your eye. Your face is changing too, Ma. You know it? You're like coming to a different. You're turning into a little old lady, Ma. Our Earth Angel, Aunt Praji, she said that she noticed that her face is changing too. She's coming in to another part of her. She's older than you. She's already. You're not 75 yet. She's been there, done that. All right. Anyway, you go okay? You want some zucchini bread?
Oh,
That sound good with butter?
yeah.
All right. It's my. Well, let's see. All stress and prices going. Hi, Miss J. These dumbbells that I have, they're like 50. They were like, I think they were like $55.
Oh, wow.
But if you go on to Craigslist, when you go on to Craigslist, you might be able to find some. I have 20 pounds. And I just bust them out, like, do 100 like that at the same time. And it's over before you know it. It's begun. I do my own revolt. I'm revolting in my own way. See, because I can't do what other people want to do and be all crazy and shit. I got too much to lose. So, anyway, thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.